Let's have a look at our Jericho series. It continues today, team. It's been a wonderful success here on Off the Bit, and today's edition features an episode where we talk about the charge at Beersheba and the special efforts of one man from Geelong.
When Sloane Scotty Bolton enlisted at the Army Drill Hall in Myer Street, Geelong, he was more adept driving trains than riding horses. Trooper Bolton and his steed Monty were part of the charge at Beersheba, but it's not his work on horseback that he'll be remembered for. We talked about military leadership earlier on this afternoon, but at the other end of the scale, Bill, is Scotty Bolton. Tell us about Scotty Bolton.
Interesting story. He was an engine driver in Geelong, went off to war. He was in the charge of Beersheba, and he was the guy that went over the trenches and into town. And he sees a main building there, and through the window he can see this German officer at this switchboard. He breaks into the place, and they've wired all of their 19 wells, I think. They'd already blown 2, so they're going to blow the whole 19 wells, so the Beersheba's going to be a waste of time because there'd be no water. So he convinces us, say on the plaque, I'm not sure how the different languages work, but he convinced the German bloke that 2 was enough, and if he wanted to stay on this planet. Anyway, he succeeded. That secured the place. He went off. There was a German officer and 6 Turkish guys taking some heavy artillery out of the town. He stopped them and then woke up. His gun wasn't working, but still bluffed his way through. His story is 6 months later, he's at the end of a direct hit, wakes up in Jerusalem hospital, minus both legs. He goes home, goes back to Geelong, farmer, gets 2 wooden legs. He breeds cattle. He won the best Jersey bull at the Royal Melbourne Show in 1934.
Legless.
Legless. How tough were these blokes?
Yeah,
They just, you lose arms, legs or whatever, and they just came back and got on with life.
I suppose extraordinary to survive given the fact he's treated over there.
Yeah.
I think he was in hospital in Jericho, was he? He must have been close to dying, I suppose.
Yeah, we lose both legs. You weren't sort of, they take a hacksaw and just hacksaw them off.
Is that how it happens?
Terrible. I don't know. Well, let's give him a bottle. In the movies, they give him a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah.
And that's it. Here's your anaesthetic. Yeah, thank you very much.
But to go back and to take on a physical job of farming for the rest of his career is, it's on wooden legs. It's just beyond comprehension.
In my first draft of what's on the plaque, I said he was fitted with artificial legs. And I thought, that just sounds too modern, a really great scientific invention that, actually makes you feel as if you've got legs. No, he had 2 wooden stumps stuck on his legs, and that was it. So we went back to wooden stump.
Nick, there's something sort of nice, isn't there? The fact that we talk about the charge at Beersheba, and this is a 1,000 metre race, a charge.
Absolutely, and then if you see it in the context of the next race coming up, which will be the Jericho Cup, to see, it's significant that we've got this really 1,000 metre charge to the post.
Tell us about the sculpture itself, Bill.
It's done by Judith Lamont.
Famous.
She's the lady that did the Roy Higgins statue on the way into Flemington. What do you do? How do you represent the charge at Beersheba? Do you want to paint something on a whole wall to try and fit the 800 blokes in and the charge and significance of it? We thought we'd just go one single charging light horseman and just call it one of the 800. I think that's just gets through. It's just representative of the whole, 800 guys that just charge into history.
Oh, another great insight into the Jericho Cup series we've been running here and Off the Bit. Sloane Scotty Bolton, Turf, your man.
They can make a movie about this bloke, honestly. What a fantastic story that is.
Amazing. December 2, Warrnambool Race Club, Jericho Cup. It's going to be massive. Liz, you will be there, I'm sure. You're a part of our world here on Off the Bit every week. Great to see you. We'll see you next week.
Yes, thanks for having me.